Genre cannot be forced upon a project. It must emanate from it, encapsulating all that it is and all the audience will understand it as. Batty and Waldbeck, 2008, 16. Batty and Waldbeck also suggest that story comes out of genre. When writing a script, the writer will think of the genre first, and then the ideas will flood from this. Batty and Waldbeck think this order is important for a writer because each genre always requires a set of characters. They use the example of the thriller film, which requires a set of characters integral to the working of the narrative. If these characters are not in the script driving the story forward, they argue that what is being written will not be a thriller but something else. In my experience of script writing, I am inclined to agree with them. Most of my scripts are of the sport genre or about sport. The sports genre has its own types of characters, for example, the parental figure and the protagonist's mentor. Sport films also have a big dramatic finale where the team or individuals triumph. Danziger and Rush, 2012, 8, said genres or particular types of films such as gangster or horror have particular characteristics that audience identify with those films. They agree with Batty and Waldbeck that you must first have an idea of genre and then the story will come. For example, they say you can use a particular genre as a vehicle for your structural choice, or you can challenge a particular genre motif. Danziger and Rush acknowledge that similar characters are used in each genre. However, they believe that you can challenge the genre motif. For instance, in Unforgiven, the protagonist, William Money, is a hard-drinking old man. He doesn't really look like the typical hero in a western. The scriptwriter still sticks to the western genre and the story stems from the genre, but he has challenged the idea that the hero in the western should be a good-looking, fastest guy in the West type character. This allows the writer to be creative and not create a generic character. From my own experiences of writing scripts, I agree with Batty and Waldbeck that genre cannot be forced upon a project. My current script is about football and of course comes under the genre of sport and drama. When I was attempting to think of a new idea for a script, it helped me to think of the genre first, although to begin with I thought the genre would limit me. Ray Frenchenham wrote in his book that genre does limit your choices, but in a good way because it keeps you focused. Your goal is to be aware while you are writing so you may exploit their expectations. This helped me to be original and creative with my work because knowing the characteristics of the genre, I was able to bend and break its rules. Amy Devitt argues that the nature of genre is an inhibitor of a writer's freedom and creativity, 2008, 138. She argues that if we think of the genre first, we are more likely to regurgitate the work of previous scriptwriters and directors. Let's look at Bend It Like Beckham and Golfer as an example. Both characters are subject to racial comments. They also have disapproving parents that show compassion at the end.
That's my boy, Santiago. I'm his father.
Even though final winning goals are very similar. Genre creates certain expectations for the audience, particularly in sport films. One of these expectations is that the individual or team will win at the end, often from a losing position or in the dying seconds of a match. For example, in the film Goal, Santiago Munez scores the free kick in the last minute to send Newcastle United all the way to the Champions League finals. Similarly, in Wimbledon, Peter Colt comes back from 2 sets down to win Wimbledon. Does the audience's correct expectation interfere with their enjoyment of the film? It is okay to fulfill the audience's expectations if they are presented in a new way. For instance, in Coach Carter, the basketball team reaches the regional high school playoffs, but they lose the final game in the film. This is refreshing for the audience because we would really expect the team to win because this would follow the genre of a sports film. However, although they lose the basketball match, the team members are shown as winners because they either receive scholarships or go on to go to college. Whiplash, 2014, is a film that supports the idea of story coming from genre. Although Whiplash is a drama about music, it has a very similar structure to the sports genre. Music can even be seen as sport because it's both physically and mentally challenging, as well as competitive. Let's compare Bend It Like Beckham 2002 and Whiplash 2014. Firstly, both films have talented protagonists, Jess in Bend It Like Beckham and
your name, sir?
in Whiplash. Both films have a mentor figure that makes them a better player overall, and parents/family that don't care about their passion.
That's it. No more football.
Well, I'm the new core drummer, so
The ending of the films is almost typical in that the protagonists come back from losing positions to triumph. Jess comes onto the pitch 1-0 down.
start warming up, Bomber. We're 1-0 down. Half an hour to go.
And scores the winning goal. Similarly, in Whiplash, after being humiliated by his mentor Fletcher, Andrew comes back on stage and produces an inspired performance. The scriptwriter uses the genre as a structure but adds a new angle to the script. The character of Fletcher best highlights this. Usually, the mentor figure is meant to be supportive and have a generic "you just need to believe in yourself" type attitude.
I am so proud of you.
Here, however, he is aggressive and ruthless, which puts a different spin on the genre.
Why do you suppose I just hurled a chair at your head, Neiman?
And it is refreshing for the audience to challenge their expectation of this character. Overall, genre has certain expectations placed on it, particularly in the sports genre. But these are positive for the scriptwriter because they allow you to test the boundaries of genre and challenge these expectations. Therefore, story benefits from coming out of genre because it gives you markers and makes your goal clearer.